Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PullDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PullDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here with five-time champion Brian Parks and Fredrick Babcock. I'm not sure where Fredrick's from. We'll get a look at that. And
it's from Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Well, and that voice right there is our defending champion, Abe Shade. How you doing, Abe?
Good. How are you doing, Jeremy?
Pretty good, pretty good. Happy to have you in the booth. And, you know, how's the tournament going so far for you? Winning so far, I saw.
Yeah, I've won 3 now. Not my best pool, I don't think, but you know, starting getting warmed up now. Starting to get.
Saw you yesterday on the stream, and you looked pretty solid. I was pretty impressed. I kept saying how the balls went in real clean. There wasn't many that rubbed the rail going in, so pretty straight shooter.
Yeah, we play on tight pockets. You kind of have to do that. You know, you can't rattle them in there.
Right, and the good thing about the tight pockets, I think, is you always got to develop a stroke too. It requires not only straight shooting with the stroke, but a good delivery as well. And Brian Parks, who broke them off real nice right there, not taking much time. Of course, the format we're playing here is you take what you make.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when you
makes it a little bit more difficult, for sure.
Makes it more difficult, but also you kind of get at it a little bit more sometimes because you're forced to take one ball, and that was the stripes there.
And he probably saw the out immediately. If he makes that ball, he was rolling.
Mm-hmm. And a little strategic game here now.
Tried to roll that up in front of the pocket. I don't think he quite got there.
No, he didn't quite cover up the 13 or what would be later on the 15 ball probably.
Mm-hmm.
So a funny little out here. I think he's got to.
Just got to make this.
Yeah, I think
that's the 10.
Yeah, it's the 12.
12?
It's a little hard sometimes. The 10's up by the 5 near the side.
So the 12 in the side, and if he makes that, he probably might.
I think he needs to get the 13 next, though, and open the side for the 15, I think. Yeah,
that's
I think
what he did.
Yeah, nice stroke there. And so now he'll use the 13 to come across for the 15, and I would probably play it in the corner. I wouldn't try to get for the side. Just if you can lay underneath the 10 a little bit on the right side rail, just a little underneath it, you can slide over kind of naturally for the 15. He could try to maneuver for the side, but if he gets a bad angle on the side, it's real hard to get up on that 15 ball. That's one thing I kind of preach to people. Corner pockets kind of take you naturally a little more often when it comes to position.
Uh-oh, he might have.
He's going to get the 10, but he's going to have to really power up with the stroke with a lot of top inside English.
He might be able to just roll it up a few inches and play the 10 in the corner and just draw it back 2 rails. And he's got a pretty big opening over there between the 6 and the 7. It's wide open there. He's going to take the 10 now. Do
the follow English.
Okay.
Yeah, and the good thing about that is once you get to the head stringer, you got a pretty good shot at the 15. The 1 kind of makes you think you have a bigger pocket there, but actually the 1's up a little. If he catches it thick, this ball could rattle. So not really wanting to use the 1. And he's got to get out for a shot on the 8 as well. Okay, at that light speed. Well, Brian, who suffered his first loss earlier, came right back with a 7-0 win, and his loser side kind of.
I heard of that. 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
It's called bracket management right there. It's
right.
Getting things moving again.
Helping out our tournament board to move along.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you seen who you play next?
Mm-mm. No. I tend to don't look really at the brackets as much. I don't. It doesn't really matter.
I got
you don't really play your player. You play the table, obviously. So.
Yeah, it's weird how those cliches. I always tell people those cliches are so true, and they haven't come up with any new ones because those old ones are so true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I've learned. I mean, you can get so focused on who you're playing, especially like guys like Brian and, you know, a couple guys that aren't in these tournaments, right, or this tournament, like Ernesto and Kenny Brisbane. You see who you're playing next, and you kind of play your own mind games.
Right.
Kind of get yourself out of the match before it's even started.
Yeah, and it's, you know, both, you know, players play it both ways, I think. You know, I think some feel like they can pump themselves up.
Yeah.
So.
Just how you can control your mental game, which is a huge part of pool. Huge.
Sure. And that's something that's constantly being worked on without you even knowing it. You know, if you pay attention to what's going on, is the 7 going to get down? No. So a dry break here in game number 2. But a bit of a tester, especially because he wants to probably take the stripes, excuse me. The 3's kind of got a lot of trouble with the 13, but he has balls near with the 6 on the side and the 2 right there. So if he elected to get at the solids, which I'm not sure he has a shot on the side.
Yeah, I don't see a solid shot.
Yeah, but a tester on the 10 on the side, right? That's not an easy shot.
Not this early in a match. I mean, he hasn't got to shoot too much.
No, he really only played one.
Played that one safety.
Shot,
yeah.
Ooh. Just hit it a little wide. Okay, and
I think Brian now is going to try to find a shot at a stripe here if he can.
Yeah, he'd like to shoot the stripes, and he can cut the 13 in the side. The solids are doable, though. With the 6 near the 3 and the 2 near the 3, you would like to think you can get that 3 open.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one thing about
it. Is that one ball by the 8?
Yeah, or no, the one's down. That's the 9 by the 8.
Angle there.
It's hard to tell sometimes with the colors through the monitor. And I don't mind him going with the solids, even though you would say to yourself that the solids are a little more difficult.
He can trust. He's just trusting himself that he's got 4 solids on that side over there.
Mm-hmm.
He can break it out. You just want to leave. The only thing you want to do is make sure that even if when you do break it out, you got to have a shot after that, a safe shot. You don't want to break it out and have a on the rail long cut. You know, and there he left himself good. So now he just pops a 3 out, and then he'll have the 5. And he's
or the 4
or anything. This is exactly what I was talking about. Let yourself options, and that's what you want to do. Because obviously you're not going to get perfect on everything. Things are going to roll funny sometimes.
Yeah, and that.
Oh man.
Well, he went by it, and that's going to be.
Well, he might have another chance at it here.
With the 1, you think?
Yeah.
The 1's thin, so.
It's thin, but it's taking the cue ball right at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take any time with that.
No, he's going to need something, though, and this is what happens you were talking about.
Well,
you never know.
He still has that
4
ball.
Yeah, and it's
but
going
he's
to
still
open
got
the
work.
3.
Yeah, he's still got work, though.
And that's one thing about, you know, the top players in this event is not only the knowledge of the game, but they can recover from a lot of places.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of pool. That's a big part of pool, I think. And you always want to stay clean with the run out, but big part of pool is being able to recover from places. Now he's checking to see if the 8 passes the 14, which is important. I think it's real close. Oh, caught a little heavy.
Let's see if Fred can start a little momentum here. He kind of needed that. Didn't want to be in the chair for too long. That's the thing. People like Brian keep guys in their chair for so long. Then you get up there and you have that long shot, and it tends to rattle because you just haven't got loose.
Yeah, and there's something to that as far as when your opponent has made a mistake or two maybe, or hasn't had time at the table. You know, you want to play pretty careful not to give them an easy starter to get the arm going.
Right, just kind of like this there. It's pretty much bing, bing, bing from here.
Yeah, and he'll want to clear those balls.
I think I'd be breaking that out right now with that.
I think it goes, though. I think
it goes. It does.
So, but he does want to take care of that 9 early, meaning even though it does go, the way it's positioned, if you get a little thin on it late in the rack, it could cause a problem.
Yeah, he's going to take care of it in the next shot after this.
Exactly. I like that pattern. And then you have 3 down near each other on one end, and the 8 very accessible.
Yep.
So you being from Peoria, is it right? Was there anybody in particular in that area that you kind of looked at a lot when you were trying to get better, or played with a lot, or? I know
really
there's a lot of great players from that area.
Yeah, the guy in our town when I was growing up was Bobby McGrath Jr.
Oh, okay.
He was about the top. Judex James.
Yeah.
He was also another one. But I was pretty young when I played him a couple times, and I mean I was young, like 12, 13, just coming up.
Yeah.
And, I didn't really know much about him, but people said he's a champ, and that gets in your head really.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time, Judex James. Actually, I saw him for the first time. I tried to actually get his attention. That was, I believe, at the APA last year at the Westgate. I think I saw it. Well, he's a very unique-looking guy with the curly hair and the glasses.
I don't know if he plays APA.
Okay, well,
he plays ACS.
I think maybe it was somewhere in Vegas that I went to watch some friends of mine in an amateur event, and it was within the last year. And you can spot James from a long ways away.
Very recognizable.
Yeah, I met him in Olathe, Kansas, many years ago, 25 years ago probably or so, and a good guy.
Yeah,
really,
he's great. He's
really
awesome.
Solid bar table player as well, 7-footer.
He still plays pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's up there, but still plays good. It's hard to beat him.
Okay, he got a little stretched here, but he's a tall man, and he's got a little angle to where he's probably going to wrap the corner a little bit here with some low outside, especially when you're stretched.
Yeah, maybe a stretch might make him change up, but I think I still like just a little inside on it.
It looks like what he's going with. Oh, it kind of skid a little bit. It sounded like it kind of grabbed.
Yeah, I didn't see if it skidded. I'd like to see that again.
Yeah, kind of. You could hear it almost, even though we're some ways away from the table. There's a little bit of a mic with the pool balls through our.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Through our headset. Okay, he's got to control the 5.
Yeah. Ooh, got some love there.
A little jelly there. And a little safety in mind. You might have thought him dropping down low with the cue ball.
Yeah, either he probably might have elected to play it a little harder and hit thinner and send the 5 over there, or just play it a lot softer.
Right.
The 2-way there that he might have been trying might have been where you get
like an in-between, right?
Yeah, you do want to stay away from those in-betweens, one or the other, and stick with it.
I agree.
But it worked out.
Yeah, so a scrappy game 2, but Brian Parks got it down. 2-0 lead. We went over that format, and I didn't get to see who won the lag, but that format is.
Brian won the lag.
Or Brian won the lag. Okay. Interesting though. I had Brian in the booth earlier, and you being a defending champion and obviously a great player. Do you the entire tournament just take the break? I know
absolutely.
Towards the end of the tournament, you definitely taking the break.
Oh,
because,
you never choose a game. I mean, if you're a player, it doesn't matter what game you play, 9-ball, 8-ball, you take the break. I mean, I've seen guys they choose to take the game, and you'll run 3 in a row on them. Then you're sitting there like looking dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I just gave this guy a break. I mean, so my first match, I lost the lag, and he gave me the break, and I broke around the first rack.
Right.
So he just lost a game just simply by his choice.
Right. But I find that most of the players that they feel like they have a little more security, and the only thing I've seen when they do choose the format more than the break is they almost always take 8-ball.
Yeah, they don't want to lose on the first game type, or maybe they just want to slow it up a bit. I don't know. I guess I don't know the strategy behind it. I don't really care, in my opinion, what game I play.
Right. Well, obviously you play them both well. I was pretty impressed myself, but with the rules, take what you make. You could figure that could slow a player down because of just the layout of the table.
Yeah, that first shot is besides the break. After the break, that's your key. You got to think about your pattern and what you're going to do with it and everything from there. So.
And sometimes the pattern is awfully difficult. So.
Yeah, you try to make it as easy as possible on yourself. And
I think I might go ahead and take the 4 out now. Just kind of looking. And let's see here. I guess I don't want to leave the 4 to last, really, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Just because there is a little bit of congestion getting to the 8 there from the 4.
I don't think he's
got the 6, though.
He does have the 6, but doesn't that take him into that 9 ball?
Yeah. Well,
he might be able to hit right in the.
I think he'll draw it.
Is he able to?
Well, I mean, play it in the corner. Play it in the corner and draw the ball. He played the side.
Yeah, try to run right into the face of it. Ooh, that 9 got sticky there. Yeah, he might be able to play the 4 now still and actually spin out of it. Just go in between the 9 and the 11 there.
And Brian, who obviously plays pretty solid 8-ball, you can't play solid 8-ball without and win this tournament 5 times. Tough shot here, though, and the cue ball is going to have a lot of speed. I think I think I would rather run into the 14 more than run into the 9 with the cue ball here. Believe it or not. Come straight across, maybe. I mean, tell you.
I think I try to take it between the 9 and the 11.
I think that's pretty thin.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. One of those shots, you got to be there. You might be able to load on some right with it, but that just takes them farther and farther away. And if you get on the wrong